What happens when a shy girl steps into the world of service, growth, and storytelling? Hi, Rodiyah. It's good to have you on the podcast.
Hello, it's good to be here.
What moment made you realize you had more to offer the world?
It all started from acknowledging others' belief in myself.
How do you balance administrative work, volunteering, writing, and personal development with academics?
I take rest when I have to. That is just it. Time management and prioritizing my tasks.
So now, Rodiyah, can you share with us some of the lessons you've learned so far?
I've learned a lot about interpersonal relationships.
How does volunteering serve as a gateway to personal growth?
Allowing yourself to be mentored, allow yourself to actually be a beginner. You should actually be willing to learn from people.
Do you have any tips or advice for campus hustlers alike?
Rest is not a weakness. It's just a way to come back stronger.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima, Zakariyya.
What happens when a shy girl steps into the world of service, growth, and storytelling? Hi, welcome to yet another interesting episode of Campus Hustlers, your weekly dose of entrepreneurial spirit unfiltered. I'm your host, Fatima Zakariyya. I am an entrepreneur, a corporate event anchor, a voiceover artist, and of course, I am a podcaster. Joining me on today's episode of Campus Hustlers is Rodiyah Badmus, a fourth-year nursing student at LAUTECH, whose journey into personal development and storytelling is as inspiring as it is authentic. Passionate about self-growth, she constantly immerses herself in courses and writing contests, an unexpected path for someone who once believed she would remain in her shell forever. Her turning point came when she began reading both fiction and nonfiction, sparking a bold question. What if I rewrite the story? From there, she started crafting her own narratives. Back in secondary school, Rodiyah wrote a college-themed story on societal class and status, sharing each chapter with a friend who eagerly awaited the next part. That early encouragement fueled her love for writing articles, debates, and diverse topics. Despite being naturally shy, Rodiyah's talent refused to stay hidden. She eventually represented her school in debate and public speaking programs, experiences that helped her confront her fear of crowds and embrace her voice. Today, she explores storytelling as a mode of self-expression, finding joy in narrating her life through stories. She's also developing a budding passion for voiceovers and is determined to grow in that field. Beyond writing, Rodiyah is committed to volunteer. She may not call herself a global volunteer yet, but she's steadily building toward it, participating in medical outreaches, delivering health talks, and currently serving as the liaison officer of her faculty for a mental health foundation. Rodiyah is also learning baking and pastry skills, a decision she wrestled with before finally taking the bold step. Now, every holiday becomes a chance to learn more, though she hasn't fully launched her baking business yet. She's actively practicing and building her craft. And yes, that does count as entrepreneurship. Rodiyah's story is one of courage, growth, and stepping into purpose. One skill, one story, and one opportunity at a time. Hi, Rodiyah. It's good to have you on the podcast.
Hello, it's good to be here. How are you doing?
I'm doing so well. How are you doing too?
I'm very well, thank you.
All right, Rodiyah. I'm so happy to have you join me on the podcast. All right, let's start this way, Rodiyah. You once described yourself as someone who thought she would stay in her shell forever. What moment made you realize you had more to offer the world? What moment?
Okay, thank you very much. Well, it all goes back to the saying, if you don't believe in yourself, who will? I would like to rephrase the whole phrase itself. I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, some people will make you believe in yourself. I have that belief. Then it was go to class, attend lectures, do class projects, do assignments, then go back home. That was the routine. I don't answer questions in class. I'm not a fan of it. I found peace in staying silent most of the time. So that was what I do. There was this very particular mentor of mine, a teacher. He taught us English during the time. So he kind of had this interest in me as a person. So it was during one of the debating program for the old school, and I just heard my name all of a sudden to come and pick and talk. Very random. I mean, I was not prepared for it. It was very, very shocking. Just had to summon the courage. I wouldn't want to disgrace myself in front of the whole school. So I just had to do the little I can do I did the little I can do at the time. Then I went back to my seat and started crying. So very funny to everyone around me. So I that was the point. Like that was when I think like this thing I can actually do it, because the fact that I could stand in front of the old school and not break down made a point. I mean, you can do it if you want to do it. So that was where it all started. Then I had the opportunity to join the school debate training class. We have a debate training class during the time for those that are used to represent the school in competitions. So I joined the classes and it was very nice. It was very nice. I mean, I had the opportunity to represent the school, even with my jitteriness. And about my writing, as you've read, started from reading, yes, developing interest in reading itself. I mean, I'm someone that found peace in silence in my own place. I mean, I just want to exist in my own world. So reading has to be something that make me feel less bored. Yes, I'll use that word, less bored. Then I wasn't used to phones, to anything. All I just do is read books. So that was when I think I can actually do the things that these authors are doing. That was where it all started from. It all started from believing in acknowledging others' belief in myself and taking it up from there.
Awesome. That's interesting, Rodiyah. All right, so now, Rodiyah, can you tell us about the very first story you ever wrote and how it shaped your confidence as a writer?
Okay, thank you very much. I mentioned that I read fiction and non-fiction books. So one of the fictional book I read was about some high school class. Like it actually differentiated the old school into sects. I'll call it sects because we have like different status. Actually, we have the rich, the poor, the average, and the bullying that comes with it. And actually, I fusioned the whole setting with my school then. We have the same classes, we have the same division. So I think I just made that story that I read. I tried to put it into my own reality, into what I've seen in my own school. And that was how I came up with some random characters, then my own points, my own feel, my own point of view, actually. And that was where it all started from. I would write an episode, then I would give to my friend to read. It was like, two blinds holding themselves to cross the road. It was like that because we both had no idea of what we were doing then. If I don't know a thing, she might know it. That was what I believed. So I'll give it to her. The little that she could point out of my errors, she would, and I would correct them. That was how it started. As God will have it, I didn't finish the story. I couldn't. I mean, we later got so engaged in school activities that I had to leave the book. I actually wished I had finished that story. But it was very, very nice. I mean, it was a turning point itself. It made me believe that if I write, people will read it. Yeah.
Awesome. This is super interesting, Rodiyah. And I would suggest that you finish that book because trust me, this time around, I feel it's going to be more interesting because, I mean, now you are no longer where you used to be. How about that?
Exactly. Like I've actually learned a whole lot from where I was back then. So it's going to be very different this time around. And I have it in mind. Thank you very much. And I'm definitely going to finish that story.
Awesome. And trust me, I look forward to reading it. Please, when you're done, do well to share it with me. I would really love to read it.
Thank you. I will.
All right, so Rodiyah, let's talk volunteering. What sparked your interest in volunteering? And what was your first very volunteer experience like?
Okay, thank you. Well, again, it started from writing. I joined a book club, then an online book club. And what we do is we read, then we review. Something that has to do with making sure you actually finish a task you are up to, and that is reading. So I joined that particular group, and on some random days, we are going to have some prompts. Yeah, we have prompts, like it could be video prompts, picture prompts, or just word prompts, and we're going to write on that particular prompt. So I used to do that challenge just once in a while, whenever I have the time. So this particular day, I was very, very opportune to see the message in time. The founder of the particular organization was looking for virtual assistants. And it's volunteering actually, and it's turned training for me because it was very, very new to me. I had no idea of what I was supposed to do or anything. I had absolutely no idea. So I reached out scared, like with all kind of doubt. And the reply was very, very encouraging. I mean, they wanted to see my work. They wanted to see what I can offer. And I sent my writings, just some random things I wrote, some random, very random thing that I wrote to them, and they actually accepted it, and I was given the role to be a virtual assistant. And because I had no idea of what I was supposed to do, it turned an internship for me. It actually spanned the period of 3 months, and during that 3 months, I learned a lot about administrative work generally, delegation of tasks, like different things. It was very, very interesting. It was an interesting thing to do. And that was when I think, what if volunteering is actually my way to learn a lot of things? I mean, from volunteering to do this, I already learned about managing social media, different things entirely. Relating with people too. Like, I actually have this thing with relating with people. I have fear relating with people generally. I had it, yeah. I'll use the word had. And it shaped the whole thing. I have to plead to people that normally should plead to me. It actually shaped a whole lot of things, and that was where I developed interest in volunteering. If this is actually what it means to be accountable, then I think I should do more.
Awesome. This is beautiful. This is beautiful, Rodiyah. Okay, so now, Rodiyah, you describe yourself as getting there in terms of global volunteering. What does global volunteering mean to you?
All right, thank you. I'm going to link that to nursing. Like, global volunteering to me, it just means volunteering across the nation, across different organizations, with no limitation to nation, to ethnicity, or to race. I'm a nurse. If I should develop interest in health, volunteering that has to do with health, it could span across humanitarian aid, across environmental well-being. It could be about education, and it can be in form of writing too. It can be virtual, span across the world. I'm getting there.
And you will get there very soon. All right, so Rodiyah, let's talk school now. Nothing is intense on its own. How do you balance administrative work, volunteering, writing, and personal development with academics? How do you do that?
Thank you very much. That's like the bulk of it, actually. Balancing. Of recent, I joined an organization, a mental health organization, as a volunteer again, and I'm the liaison officer. So it's a whole lot of administrative work for me, because I had to make schedules. I had to make sure every member of the team work towards the goal, like they actually perform their functions, while I'm even struggling with my own academics. It's very, very demanding and tedious, but it all goes back to time management. I take rest when I have to. That is just it. Time management and prioritizing my tasks.
Awesome. I love this, Rodiyah. Okay, so now, Rodiyah, can you share with us some of the lessons you've learned so far?
All right, thank you very much. Going back to what I've said before, I've learned a lot about interpersonal relationship. I mean, partly because I am someone that doesn't usually relate with people. The very first time I got the role of the liaison officer and reached out to my executive members, I was having a chat with one of them, and she was like, she can't believe this is my first time in administrative work. I was like, why? Because she said I related with her too well. I was very, very proud of myself at that moment. I mean, I actually learned it from volunteering. Back to the book club I mentioned, some people will message out of nowhere, and you just have to relate with them with respect. I've learned a lot about delegating tasks to people. I make schedules, and I ensure everyone actually work towards that schedule. And my personal development to public speaking, for an instance. I mean, sometimes I have to address a crowd, a group of students, probably on outreaches, and that's a way of developing my public speaking skills. Now I'm getting better at my phobia at speaking to people, actually. And my writing too, it's part of it. As a mental health advocate, sometimes I have to write content on mental health for the organization. So it's a way of actually developing my own interest in health writing.
This is awesome, Rodiyah, I must confess.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so now, Rodiyah, let's talk future vision. Where do you wish to see yourself in the next few years?
All right, thank you very much. In the next few years, definitely I'll be out of this place. I mean, I'll be a nurse by then, inshallah, by God's grace, a nurse and health writer. Then a public speaker, by God's grace. I'm getting there, because my phobia actually is, it's getting better. It's getting better. I want to be a public speaker, a writer, a nurse, and everything in between. Back to my pastry work, I really want to have that business. I really want to do it. Actually, I would have dwelled into it. I would have delved into it right from now, but it's a lot.
Oh my God. I wish you all the very best, Rodiyah. I wish you all the very best. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, Rodiyah, let's talk success story. So far, so good. Any success story you would love to share with us? Or success stories?
Okay. Success stories. I'll say clinical actually. My first time in clinicals was very, very overwhelming. It's my first time going there, and as someone who is always scared to relate with people, I found it very, very demanding and tedious. I mean, I have to relate with patients. That's where interpersonal relationship comes in, and thank God I learned that from volunteering. I mean, sometimes you have to explain some things that you yourself you do not know, but you have to make them understand it. I was opportune to learn from the best of clinical instructors. On a particular day, one of the interns asked if I had once been to a nursing school. I was like, no. And why did she ask? She said, I handled my patients with care. Like, I actually carried out my duties like I had been doing it, like I've been doing it for a whole lot of time. So it was a success story for me, you understand? I was very proud of myself. Like I could actually stay calm to learn this thing and carry it out in a way that someone else thinks I've been doing it for a long time. And most of the patients I've attended to as a nursing student, they are always satisfied with my service. I have some as my friends, even after their discharge. It's a success story because it actually reflects my progress, yes, in relating with people generally.
Awesome, awesome. This is indeed a success story, Rodiyah. Well done, well done. All right, so Rodiyah, for those listening and they can't wait to connect with you, where can listeners find you in case they would love to connect with you? Maybe they want to read some of the piece you've written. So where can they find you?
All right, thank you very much. I'm on LinkedIn, Rodiyah Badmus on LinkedIn, and I'm on Instagram as well, Rodiyah Badmus. You can always find most of my work on LinkedIn.
All right, Rodiyah, thank you so much for that. I will definitely drop that on the description box. All right, now we're about to move into the second segment of the podcast. That is the how segment. It's time for the how segment, where we move from inspiration to action and show you how to make your next move happen.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima, Zakariyya.
All right, so Rodiyah, it's time for the house segment. And now, tell us, how does volunteering serve as a gateway to personal growth? How exactly? Break it down for us.
All right, thank you very much. Well, on your own readiness to learn. Actually, as I've said earlier, it was my first time, my first at everything, at most of these things. So I had people I could learn from at that time, and I was ready to learn from them. They were ready to give it back because I will not let them, I won't let them be until I learn it. So readiness to learn is a way to actually develop yourself in a lot of ways. You get to learn from their own experience. You learn from their failures. You learn from their lapses. You learn from their own lessons too. It goes back a whole lot to allowing yourself to be mentored. Allow yourself to actually be a beginner. You should actually be willing to learn from people. Let's say, for instance, now when I joined when I joined the mental health organization I am a volunteer for, I had no idea of what I was supposed to do. I'm the liaison officer, so definitely my executive members expect a lot from me, and their liaison officer do not even know anything to do. I was actually very, very blank, so I took it upon myself to actually reach out to the founder himself. I asked about a lot of things. I asked questions and he was ready to answer. Actually, most of these people that you see and be like, they have been doing so well in volunteering, they are doing so well, they're actually happy when you come to them for mentoring. They are always happy when you come to them to learn from them. You're going to learn different kind of things from them. Public speaking, for an instance. This founder that I mentioned is someone that I speak to as many people as I can imagine. It goes from summit to summit to summit and is ready to give it back to me, who even found it difficult to talk to a class of students. You understand? Be ready to allow yourself a beginner. Be ready to be tutored. Be ready to see life in a different light. Yes. as I've said earlier, you won't have everything on a silver platter. You just have to learn a whole lot of things. Like you have to learn, unlearn, and relearn. There are some part of us that it's not supposed to be there. I mean, it's not part of our personal development. You can't call it personal development. You just have to unlearn that part and relearn the part that actually fits into your identity. And volunteering actually offers you a whole lot of these opportunities.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this, Rodiyah. And in case you've been wondering, okay, this volunteering, how does it serve as a gateway to personal growth? Now you know how. All right, so Rodiyah, do you have any tips or advice for campus hustlers alike?
All right, campus hustlers. I mean, the name itself sounds huge. Remember to take that rest when you need to. Taking a rest is not a weakness. It's just a way to come back stronger. Stepping aside and resting is not a sign of laziness. It's not a sign of failure.
Awesome. Rodiyah, it has really been an amazing time with you. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
You're very much welcome. Thank you very much for having me. I mean, it's a privilege to be here and I do not take it for granted. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Rodiyah. But Rodiyah, before you go, I have one final question for you. Are you ready?
All right, let me have it.
Okay, so it's okay to think about it in case you love to think about it. It's okay to think about it. Okay, so now, Rodiyah, if your baking, writing, and nursing skills were to fight in a wrestling ring, which one do you think will win and why?
Okay, well, it's a tough one, actually, but I would say writing will win because it has actually survived. It has persevered. It has survived. It has come a long way to this point for change to meet us. So I don't think it's going to bend for any of the rest. That's it. Writing should win. It would win. As much as I would love nursing to win, writing will not bend for it, actually.
Oh my God. And honestly, I was not expecting that you say writing. I was expecting you to say nursing. You surprised me, but then
It should win. It has survived this far.
I believe you. All right, so Rodiyah, like I said, it has really been an amazing time with you. Thank you once again for coming on my podcast. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Rodiyah. All right, hustlers, that's all we have for you today. I hope this episode ignites your entrepreneurial fire. Rate and review this podcast using the hashtag Campus Hustlers on all social media platforms. If you're yet to subscribe, hit the subscribe button now. Until next week, stay hungry, stay focused, and keep hustling. Bye-bye.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima Zakariyya.